Or we may have challenges along the way. I'm going to win, but we may have some challenges. I don't want to take that on, because what I understood early was that once I set my mind up on something, that's the way it's going to go. I literally have not given myself nor that other individual an opportunity, a chance to dance together. So what we are thinking is crucial. That's what it's all about. Jesus says it is done unto you as you believe. You don't have to put I believe so-and-so on it. What you're doing is self-talk every day, all day long. Every day, all day long. You are self-talk. And that self-talk is your belief system. You have got to stop and start listening to what you're saying to yourself. And some of those things you don't say out loud because they're so ugly. There you go. They're absolutely incredibly ugly. And you know, the funny thing is that we think we are so wonderful and good. We are, but you can act that way as a question. Well, why is that happening to me? I'm such a good person. Let's look inside your little head. Let's see what you're saying every day and see how good that is. And it's shocking. It is really shocking what we tend to think, what we tend to anticipate, what we tend to think life is. And what I am saying to you today is that the awesome thing about this is you can always change it. You can always change it. So I'm going to give you a couple of little tips that we do in class. One is that my students are in the process right now of setting their cell phones randomly throughout the day. And then when the cell phone goes off, I love cell phones. You can use it for so many different things besides talking to somebody. When the cell phone goes off, you now write down exactly what you're thinking. And you set it randomly because there's something in you that always wants you to look like you're perfect and wonderful. See, so if you say these, like, well, I'll set it at 1 and 5 and 7, your mind knows that. And so at 1, 5, and 7, you're going to be saying something so angelic. So wonderful. But if you just randomly set it, or get one of your children who you make to set it, and you don't know when it's going to go off, you're going to find the real you. Now, the real you may absolutely horrify you. What you need to do is stop, write down what you were thinking, look at it, and decide that's not what I choose to experience, and write something different. That something different now becomes an affirmation for you. It becomes something you put on a card, and you carry it around in your pocket, and you take it out, and you put it on your screen at home, and just watch it go by, and begin to feed your mind a new idea. And you continue to do that. The other thing that I have said for some of us, it is so severe that we need to wear a rubber band. And when we begin to say something, walk the hook, slap it. Just slap it. Just snap out of it. Cut it out. And know something else. Now, we're laughing. In a sense, humorous. But this is serious. If you want to change your life, if you really want to step into the goodness that is available to each and every one of us, you have got to change the way you think. You have got to change the way you anticipate things. If you're going to a meeting, you have got to know that this meeting is successful, that it's a win-win, that it is the God in me talking to the God in those individuals. And you will find something else shows up. That is a spiritual practice. The God in me is talking to the God in that individual. There are some people in my life, I do not talk to the human of it. I refuse. I refuse to. Because the human is so prevalent and so off the hook. I refuse to talk to them. I will only talk to the God in that person. And so what I do is I prepare for that to show up when I know I have to talk to them. The cell phone, again, is a wonderful thing because their little name flashes by. And if their name flashes by, I change this and know that I'm talking to the God of so-and-so. What happens? We have a very pleasant conversation. It is uplifting. It is respectful. It is productive. It is amazing. Amazing. And what I charge us with, if in fact you have digested the idea that you are the light of God, that you know that, I want to tell you you are in the minority of the world knowing it. Most people are walking around believing they are humans. Now, there are those who look at the Bible as the thing, the word, the answer. I want you to find that God created a human in it. Created man and woman. And it also says that when you worship spirit, you must worship it in spirit and truth. And so it points in direction to your being spirit. And so as spirit, you really need to begin to embrace that idea. I am spirit. I am spirit. And as you embrace it for yourself, embrace it for others. Know that about them. Know that they are God expressed. Because they don't know that. And something happens when you've had this conversation, you've made that decision. Their behavior changes, and sometimes they'll come away and say, wait a second. What just happened? It begins to awaken a spark in them that there's something else in me that I may not really be aware of. And so you become the gift to them. Looking at what we think, what we expect, what we are anticipating in life is crucial to uncovering good life. It is crucial, and it is work. You cannot fall asleep. You cannot decide that that's unimportant. Like I said before, the essence of God moves through you through everything, all day long, all night long, day after day. And knowing this, the comfort for me is that as I open up and allow it more expression in my life, I open up to more power, I open up to a greater experience of life, I open up to be able to see through the eyes of God and begin to see the beauty of life. And the more I focus on that beauty, the more beauty comes up. So when we talk about how it works, it's very, very simple. It works through you as you think and believe. As you think and as you believe. And the more we believe in the good, the more we think about the good, there's something in it that magnifies. And so we really can't afford to think about what doesn't work. We need to think about what is working. Because the more we talk about what is working, the more there is working. You get that? The more we talk about what is working, the more there is working. It's just the way it works. I don't know why, but that's how it works. So I cannot afford to spend my day complaining about things. I can afford to spend my day praising what's good, praising what's working, and anticipating more good. And guess what? More good shows up. So, as I come to a conclusion, I'm going to give you some homework. One, in some